Well, hey folks, I'm Mark. Welcome back to the channel. It's all about racing. In this episode, we are going to look at a 1/24 scale 2002 number 24 Net Zero Monte Carlo driven by one Jack Sprague. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it probably isn't because of his stock car expertise, but because of his Craftsman Truck Series expertise, in which he was the Craftsman Truck Series champion in 1997, 99, and 2001. This particular car is his Busch Series car, or what they call the Xfinity Series now, in which he won his first series win at Nashville and would overall finish 5th that season in points. Not too bad. In his Truck Series career, he ran 297 races over 13 years. He had 28 wins, 192 top 10s, and 32 poles. Remember, he was series champion for 3 years. One hell of a career by anybody's estimation. Now, in the Busch Series, this car that we're looking at right here, which I think is this, I don't like the Monte Carlo, but God, I love the livery on this. It is so badass. And what looks orange is actually bright red. And Net Zero was one of those wireless companies or internet companies that went nowhere and got, bought out by somebody. I'm not sure. Don't remember. But yeah, in the Busch Series, he ran 108 races over 9 years. He had one win, that one in Nashville we talked about, 24 top 10s and one pole. And then in the Nascar Cup Series, there we go. 24 races over 4 years. That's not a whole lot of races, which means he basically subbed in for other drivers. He had 0 wins, 0 top 10s, 0 poles. So no career whatsoever in the Cup Series. But nevertheless, this was his cool Net Zero Busch Series car, which I really like. I think it's one of the cooler liveries. I just love the black with the red and then the zero, which you can see, on the hood, worked in there for Net Zero, and then you can see it on the side as well. There's a look at the side of the car, and what's really cool, this is a Racing Champions car, and the interior detail, look at that big-ass stick shift you see there, and you can see the electronics boxes, the fire extinguisher, the seat belts, the steering wheel, just really nicely detailed interior. Yes, you've actually got a small aerial on the top of the car. The rear compartment looks like so, and there you see the number, this one being 409 of however many they made. I'm not sure how many they made of this. And there's a cool look at the back of the car. And as you know, with all the cars of this era, you had opening hoods and trunks. You can clearly see the engine detail in there. The Racing Champion doesn't do a real good job with engine detail, not as good as some of the others. But I think their interior work otherwise is really superb. The underside of the car is good, but not great. It does. There's a look at the transmission, the exhaust, the drive shaft, the fuel cell. Not too bad. Also, guys, what do you think of this 24 car? I think it is actually a pretty good-looking Chevrolet Monte Carlo. I thought I'd never say that about a Monte Carlo, as I thought it was one of the uglier cars in NASCAR, actually the Pontiac even being worse. But nevertheless, I think the livery on this really dresses this car up nicely. So yes, you can still have a pig and dress it up with lipstick, and it still looks pretty damn good. Anyhow, hope you've enjoyed this. See you next time. Take care.